how have you seen local connections bless the community, and just give us some more God stories,
Yeah, so, I think the one of the things that I've noticed is that we often rally people together for, short-term, projects and short-term, kind of assignments and so forth. And, what we're envisioning with community life is inviting people to kind of stick together and to carry out some of the ways of the partnerships that they're envisioning. So for instance, maybe we came alongside and helped a homeless person, one homeless man, as we did, last year, we get off the streets and get some recovery from his, alcohol addiction and so forth, and find a place to live. Well, then what would it look like for those same churches who came and responded to that emergency situation to actually sit down and prayerfully think, okay, well, there are many, many other people like this one guy that we're trying to help and that we have helped. Well, what would it look like for us to actually help, many of them? And so right now, as people probably know, there aren't really any easy ways to help somebody who's in that situation into a residential, possibility.
Yeah.
So what if we sat around and we prayerfully used our resources, our knowledge, our experience to actually, and this is what I mean by looking at the systemic unmet needs, what's happening in our culture, in our county, and in the systems. How could we work together to say, okay, there are many people like this one individual, and what are some things we could design? How can we pull our resources? How can we pull our prayer? How can we pull our creativity and the members of your church and my church and others, so that the next time we meet somebody that's there on that street, we don't have to go searching around. So one thing we would love to have is for you to know, hey, there's one number to call, there's one website to go to, that they are going to literally help us see every possible way that our church could respond to this person that we just met off the street. So that's the vision we have with community life.
Yep.
Is that all of that would be collected together, and it would be very easy to access, and you wouldn't have to go, like I often do as a pastor, and go try to figure out, okay, how do I help this person? How does this person's needs going to be met, when I have a very limited amount of information? Again, I have a heart for this stuff, but I don't know everything that's happening, and so I've got to go do my own research. Well, what if somebody else has already done that research for us, and we can work together to respond?